There you are, Chrom. I wanted to thank you for helping me out earlier. I shouldn't have gone off like that all by myself. Thank goodness you were there.
Of course. I'm just happy you're safe.
It seems like every time we meet, you're saving my life. Thank you is starting to sound like an understatement.
I wouldn't worry too much about it. Even I need to be saved now and then. In any case, I'm sure you would do the same for me.
Obviously, but you're so quick to action. I don't know if I have rapid-fire instincts like that. Usually I just overthink things until it's too late to do anything at all. I guess it's something I have to work on.
Are you so sure that's a negative quality?
I'll never be able to save anyone if I'm always stuck in my head. I see how you act without hesitation, how you throw yourself into danger. It's amazing. I could never do that.
I think you're wrong, but I'd caution you against using me as an example. I'm often criticized for the same qualities you now praise. Maybe that instinctive approach works when there's an immediate danger, but it's certainly no way to act when there are greater things at stake.
I guess.
Sometimes I wish I had the ability, the impulse to stop and think things through. The point is, we all have our strengths and weaknesses.
You know, your behavior is a little reckless, Chrom.
Well now, is that any way to thank me for my kind words?
You're the one who started talking about your weaknesses. But I see your point. You're the guy who takes care of problems as they pop up, and I focus on what's looming ahead. Is that what you meant?
It is. When we combine our strengths is when we are most successful.
Well, I'll do whatever I can to keep our team safe. You're all so wonderful.
It is an incredible army we've put together here.
Especially since we have you. I'm so grateful that you're on our side. I'll never forget what you've done for us.
It has been an honor. Even if I am able to return to my world, you will always hold a place in my heart.
I guess we better get out there, right? I'll do my best to keep you safe.
And I you.
Shall we call it a day here?
Good idea. Sparring with you wears me out twice as fast.
Still, I can see we are both benefiting from these matches. Always to a draw. But I suspect I'll best you soon.
I wouldn't count on it. I finally figured out Hoshiden's sword techniques. I was thrown off by her posture at first, but now I can handle it with ease.
With ease, huh? Well, your quirky Elysian style is old news to me, too.
Isn't this fun, Ryoma?
Yes, Chrom. This is truly enjoyable. I never realized how thrilling it can be to face off against an unfamiliar fighter.
It's not something you experience every day, but we've both grown from it. Your blows are so precise. You find the slimmest openings in my guard. I need to be as methodical and calculating as you with my technique.
The strength of your style is its fluidity. There's never just one means of attack. Your style is clearly informed by experience more than training.
Hearing that from you does wonders for my confidence. And yes, but training and experience are not the only factors at play. It's my bonds with my friends that help me grow into the swordsman I am now.
To hear you say it, I realize that that may be true of me as well. My connections with my siblings inspire me to withstand the strictest of training. They allow me to rouse myself for harsh battles without so much as a flinch.
That is the power our links have. And I've made even more since coming here. Each and every friend I find will make me even stronger. And it goes without saying, Ryoma, our bond is irreplaceable.
I admit, I feel the same. It is truly an honor to have one of your caliber as a friend and sparring partner.
And as long as we share this bond, there's nothing to fear.
We do form a force without equal.
My friends will rest easy knowing I can protect them.
And no sane enemy will dare threaten my siblings.
Well, I think we've had enough rest with all this talking. Don't you agree?
You read my mind. Another match?
And he took the words right out of my mouth. Now, here I come!
Corin? Hello? Are you here?
Ah, I've just sent Corin on a delivery. It shouldn't take long.
You sent someone of Corin's royal stature on a simple delivery? If anything goes wrong, I will personally take it out on you tenfold.
What? Let's be reasonable here.
Prince and Captain you may be, but if Corin is harmed, your name is mud.
I'll take the blame in that case. But really, Camilla, what could go wrong?
Any number of things. Misreading the map, falling off a cliff, you name it.
You know, Frederick was in a similar state when Lissa first went out on her own.
The slightest scratch must be answered with an ocean of blood.
Camilla, this has moved past doting into disturbing.
What's so wrong with being concerned for one's family?
You treat Corin like a child, for one thing. It can become smothering.
But you have Frederick, who fusses similarly over you.
That's very true. When I warn you to pull back, I speak from experience. Every time I go out without checking with him, he upbraids me for hours.
Isn't it a retainer's duty to know where his lord is at all times?
Well, let me put it this way. If I so much as sneeze, he starts knitting a new scarf.
Such impressive devotion. My question is, why are you ever not wearing one?
Maybe I'm not being clear. He insists on doing everything for me, however trivial.
Is it true that he once pinned posters of you all over camp to raise morale?
Let's not speak of that incident. I was so embarrassed that I longed for death.
Oh dear. Is that all Frederick is to you? A nuisance?
No, his heart's in the right place. And he served me for a long time. But I can never leave camp without him shadowing me to my every destination.
As well he should. I try to keep Corin within arm's reach at all times. No farther, preferably, than this.
All right. I don't need a demonstration.
Oh, how adorable you are with flushed skin. Does my nearness bother you?
That's not the issue.
No? Then you won't mind feeling the effects of my warm embrace either.
Camilla!
Oh, don't worry. I only have room in my heart for Corin. I'll see you later, Chrom.
Hey, Chrom, you should come play a game.
A game? Uh-oh. Okay, I'm ready.
What do you mean, uh-oh? We're just gonna play hide and seek.
Oh. You haven't set any traps, have you?
Traps? Why would I do something so dangerous when we can finally just play?
Yes, I suppose that's a good point. That's how people normally play, right? When playing with Lissa, I must be on the lookout for all manner of pranks.
What kind of pranks?
Like digging pitfalls and hiding places. Or releasing frogs. Or pitfalls full of frogs.
Alyssa sounds so funny. You two must be really close, huh? I'm super close with my siblings too, but I've never tried playing pranks on them.
At first, I thought you and Lissa were alike, but now I see that's not the case.
I thought you and my brother Xander were alike at first too. But you two have nothing in common. You're so much more mischievous than he is.
Just what part of me is mischievous?
Well, you destroy castle walls, and you cook food that makes people faint. Xander would never do anything like that.
I didn't destroy a wall. But that would be one way to temper physical strength.
Really? In that case, do you think I could get stronger by destroying walls?
If you put in the hard work every day, sure, I see how that could work.
All right, then I'll give it all I've got. I'm gonna break a wall right now.
Well, I'm glad you're motivated, but don't go breaking too many of our walls.
If Xander caught me, I'd be in big trouble. He always looks so serious, and he says things like, royalty should be dignified. I wish he and I were close like you and Lissa, and that he would play with me.
I'm sure he'd play if you asked. It's a fact that all brothers adore their little sisters.
Even a serious-faced brother with a wrinkle between his eyebrows?
Even one of those. Prince Xander isn't always that serious, is he?
His face may not look it, but he's actually really nice.
Then you should ask him. But I don't mind standing in for him today.
Oh, yay! Actually, I thought of a new game we could play. I haven't tried it out yet, but will you play it with me?
Of course. Any game you want. What kind is it?
It's a contest. We'll pick flowers while singing and weave them into necklaces. But the best part is, we do it all while dancing! So let's get started, okay?
This is a game? She may be more formidable than Lissa.
Father?
Lucina, why do you look so serious?
I've been fighting to change my world's future for so long. I have fought my hardest each and every day, but I've never had a chance to relax.
You have overcome more hardships than most just to make it this far.
But ever since coming to this world, my life has changed so drastically. I still want to change the future, but now I want to save this kingdom as well. After meeting such wonderful allies and journeying with you, well, I must admit, I'm enjoying myself. It's been a long time since I felt this.
If you're having so much fun, why do you look so miserable?
It seems wrong to enjoy myself with this world in such dire straits. I can't let myself lose sight of how serious things are.
Well, you're right about the state of things, but you can't let that consume you. I can smile because I'm looking forward to the time we'll spend together.
You are? Father, thank you. Then I suppose it is okay to feel like I'm having fun. Once in a while.
Exactly. And how do you want to spend our time?
I'd really like to refine my sword skills with you.
Very well. But it's more like I'll be taking lessons from you.
Oh, I'm sure we'll be evenly matched, as always. You taught me all my techniques. I'm just excited we can practice together again.
Well then, we'll start tomorrow. Is there anything else you want to do together?
Perhaps we could take the occasional walk?
Of course. And what else?
Can we do our laundry together, too?
Frederick may have something to say about that, but I don't mind.
We can really do all those things? I'm so glad.
But is that really all you want to do? Not anything big or significant, I guess?
Father, these are not just trivial tasks to me. Spending a carefree day with you is exactly what I want. It's like a dream this day ever came at all. I worry I'll be cursed for being so happy.
You've worked so hard to get where you are. Why would you be cursed for this? You are no longer on your own. There is no need to carry that weight alone.
Thank you for saying that.
You can depend on me from now on. In fact, it would make me happy if you did.
Despite the chaos of our lives, you really think we can have a normal relationship?
Through thick and thin, we're father and daughter. We'll make it work.
Thank you, Father. We'll be together from now on.
And together, Lucina, we will change our fate. A gleamstone hidden within me. I still can't quite believe it.
I'd have trouble believing it myself if I hadn't been there.
Do you remember what the Temple Sage told us about the legend of this land?
That power resides in the gleamstones carried by heroes from other worlds.
Exactly. He mentioned heroes. And I'm no hero.
You really believe that? I thought you were a hero long before coming here.
You remember what happened back in Elise, right? If I was a true hero, there wouldn't be so much suffering in my own home. If only I could get stronger.
Regardless of what happened in the past, you've never been one to just sit back. You fight with all your strength for the protection of everyone, don't you? That's the Chrom that the people, as well as the shepherds, rely upon.
And yet, Elise's problems remain. The people have been suffering since the last war, and I can't do a thing about it, except for worry and be a burden. It's so pathetic.
A burden? Pathetic? You're the only one who thinks that, Chrom. If you see someone in need, you help them. Isn't that just your way? Just like when you found me. You had no reason to help me, and yet you did.
That is the only way I know how to live my life.
It's those unwavering ideals that motivate so many people to fight by your side. This is just my opinion, but being a hero doesn't mean you have to be perfect. A hero is someone who cares for the people around him, and who guides them.
So by that logic, without anyone around, a hero is just a normal person?
That's one interpretation, but still, you're always surrounded by friends.
Yeah, you're right. Because I can't do anything by myself.
That's what you're taking away from all this?
Just look at how much I rely on you. Without your aid, who knows where I'd be?
Oh, come on. You're starting to embarrass me. It's the way that you believe in your friends like this that makes you a hero to me. That's why I'm proud that you were chosen as a hero in this world.
Well, if that's the case, I'll just have to become worthy of the title of hero. And our first step is saving this land. You're coming with me, right, Robin?
Of course. The future you aim for will be the path I walk.
Nothing can stand in our way. Let's go!
We're in this together.
A gleamstone hidden within me. I still can't quite believe it.
I'd have trouble believing it myself if I hadn't been there.
Do you remember what the Temple Sage told us about the legend of this land?
That power resides in the gleamstones carried by heroes from other worlds.
Exactly. He mentioned heroes, and I'm no hero.
You really believe that? I thought you were a hero long before coming here.
You remember what happened back in Elise, right? If I was a true hero, there wouldn't be so much suffering in my own home. If only I could get stronger.
Regardless of what happened in the past, you've never been one to just sit back. You fight with all your strength for the protection of everyone, don't you? That's the Chrom that the people, as well as the shepherds, rely upon.
And yet, Elise's problems remain. The people have been suffering since the last war, and I can't do a thing about it, except for worry and be a burden. It's so pathetic.
A burden? Pathetic? You're the only one who thinks that, Chrom. If you see someone in need, you help them. Isn't that just your way? Just like when you found me. You had no reason to help me, and yet you did.
That is the only way I know how to live my life.
It's those unwavering ideals that motivate so many people to fight by your side. This is just my opinion, but being a hero doesn't mean you have to be perfect. A hero is someone who cares for the people around him, and who guides them.
So by that logic, without anyone around, a hero is just a normal person?
That's one interpretation. But still, you're always surrounded by friends.
Yeah, you're right. Because I can't do anything by myself.
That's what you're taking away from all of this?
Just look at how much I rely on you. Without your aid, who knows where I'd be?
Oh, come on. You're starting to embarrass me. It's the way you believe in your friends like this that makes you a hero to me. That's why I'm proud that you were chosen as a hero in this world.
Well, if that's the case, I'll just have to become worthy of the title of hero. And our first step is saving this land. You're coming with me, right, Robin?
Of course. The future you aim for will be the path I walk.
Nothing can stand in our way. Let's go!
We're in this together.
Did I move too far ahead?
Chrom, you're alive!
Marth, thank you for coming. Behind you!
You have my thanks. I came here to save you, but instead you saved me.
No thanks are necessary. This whole mess was my fault.
Don't be so hard on yourself. Anyway, let us be off.
Right. You really helped me out. I tend to get ahead of myself when it comes to battle. You, on the other hand, fight while also watching out for your comrades.
I cannot simply stand by and watch as those I fight alongside are hurt. But you are always more than brave on the battlefield, Chrom. You know this. You remind me of King Henri.
The founder of the Kingdom of Altea? To be compared to him is a little overwhelming. I'm not that great.
But you hold within you the power to accomplish greatness, just like the king.
Of the two of us, I think you're far more deserving of the name Hero King.
Do you truly believe so?
I do. When I return home, I'll tell stories of my battles alongside the great Marth.
But I get so focused on helping everyone that I lose sight of my own safety. It is sorry to think that one lauded as the Hero King cannot care for himself.
No, I won't accept that.
I apologize if I said something to upset you.
I'm the one who should apologize. It's impossible not to expect great things from a legendary hero. And when we look at you, we can't help but feel that you truly deserve the title. So please, don't be so hard on yourself.
Thank you, Chrom. You are the first one to explain it that way. In any case, I must improve myself before I am worthy of the title of Hero King.
Marth.
But I will no longer make apologies for being less than perfect. And someday, I will be as worthy of the title as you say. This I swear to you.
And I swear to become as brave and kind a soul as you. As long as we share this bond that spans time itself, I'm sure I can do it. For the sake of both our futures, Let us join our power and take the next battle.
Our swords together shall carve a path for us both.
A word, Chrom. You went pretty deep into the enemy lines back there, no?
Did I? I lost sight of you at some point, granted, but I was in no real danger.
Did you forget what you said to me after the previous battle? Lynn, try not to get too far ahead of the main force. You might get hurt. Ringing any bells?
I may have said something to that effect.
There's no may-have about it. What's with the double standard? Just because I'm a woman doesn't mean I'll drop dead from the slightest touch.
I assure you, it has nothing to do with you being a woman. I just think my heavy armor gives me an advantage when fighting on the front line.
All right, I get it. You think you know how strong I am just by looking at me. I swear, you're just as bad as Hector.
You're making me nervous with that glare.
Well, I'll make you eat those words. Consider this a challenge.
Oof. I accept on these terms. If I win, I act as vanguard and you follow behind.
Same for me then. If I win, you hang back and let me charge ahead. Let's go, right now. The sooner we get this over with, the better.
You're better than I gave you credit for.
Same to you. I thought you weren't in my league.
I hate to say this, but I call a draw. Next time, I'll come out on top.
In your dreams. I'll work from sunup to sundown to find a way to beat you. Till then, though, how do we decide who gets to march on the front line?
Oh, right. That was the point of the whole competition to begin with. Well, from all I've seen, I'm loath to stop you from leading any charge you want.
Thanks, but I tied, not won. You ought to get to take the lead, too.
I worry that if we both lead, we'll only get in one another's way.
What if we stick close together and dive into the fray at the same time? The two of us together would be like a hurricane sweeping across the plain.
Ha! I like the sound of that. Even the most valiant warrior can be surrounded or overwhelmed when alone. I worried you would come to that fate, but I'll breathe easier if we fight as one.
You're not immune either. That armor won't protect you from everything.
Then we agree. In which case, neither of us need restrain ourselves. Next time, let's act together as the vanguard.
The closer we get, the worse it's going to be for our enemy.
Oh, hello, Chrom. Good work out there today.
You too, Azura. You must be tired. You always throw yourself into the thick of it.
Oh, do you think?
Absolutely. Oh, I don't mean to insult you. I just mean... how can I put this? Well, you're a real asset out there on the battlefield, is what I'm saying.
Well, that's...
What I really mean to say is that I respect your fighting, and, sorry.
Oh, no, it's perfectly all right. I'm not upset. I'm sorry to make you think so. It's just... I wasn't sure how to respond. I couldn't quite find the words. I've never made much of an effort to talk with people, so I'm not that great at it.
I see. I can relate, to be honest. I'm not the best conversationalist either, so I can fall short there as well.
Well, then, maybe we should just pick a topic that we can both discuss easily.
Yes, I think that's a fine idea. What should we talk about?
Well...
Maybe... Did you think of something to talk about?
No, sorry. I was just thinking how funny it is we're failing at having a conversation. I guess we're both just more comfortable on the battlefield.
That may be the case. In battle, you must rely on your instincts. You don't have time to overthink your next move. Your mind must be clear. But when it comes time to socialize...
I know what you mean. It's like my body moves on its own on the battlefield. Even the most complicated orders flow from my mouth with no effort at all.
It's as if we're made for battle. Less so for conversation.
Well, either way, I want to thank you. You made an honest effort to talk to me, and I appreciate that. You even settled on a topic, and you chatted with your usual battle intensity.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
But it's true. I avoided conversations because I'm not very good at them.
But if you're passionate about something, you must put it into words. It's especially important to talk with your allies. You helped me realize that.
Though, maybe it's best to not pluck random topics from thin air as we did. You should find something that's easy to talk about and build a rapport from there. I'd like to build such a rapport with you, Azura. We should talk again soon. But maybe we can each pick a few topics ahead of time.
Oh, that's a great idea, Chrom. I look forward to our next conversation.
Ah, what lovely weather. A welcome change from yesterday's downpour.
Chrom, my uncle, your eyesight is as keen as the legends say. For a time, I worried the treasonous rain of our world followed us here.
Treasonous rain? Yes, well, it was bound to let up eventually.
And as sure as rain does give way to sun, so too does night give way to day. Even if the world seems so consumed by darkness, it is never swallowed so fully. As Chrom, Herald of Light, shrugs off darkness like a cloak from his shoulders.
Huh? Me shrug off the... Oh, if I am the light, surely thou art darkness. Which makes me the shrugger of darkness. And you shall... I'm just no good at this. Do I at least get points for trying?
My righteous uncle, of course! Your mere attempt gives wings to my heart. But worry not, for you and I are bound by blood. These words are within you. For have I not heard you've taken to naming your special techniques?
You must have heard wrong. What good would naming techniques do?
What? Techniques? Without names? Then where does he get such power? To think that Lord Chrom would not bless his techniques with names is...
Very surprising to you, for some reason?
You spend years perfecting them, yet you deem them unworthy of baptism?
Well, if it's that important, why don't you help me name them?
My magnificent uncle, you do me too much honor. I have the perfect names. Blade Breaker! Wall Crash! Sword Slam! Do these not exude sheer power?
I don't quite see the connection, but I guess they do sound pretty fierce.
Now, my ultimate naming technique! Burning Lexicon of Nomenclature! Foes will cower before your... Rushing Edge Enemy Line Buster Mark II!
That technique sounds like it would cleave entire ranks. I'll take it.
Haha, just as expected. My glorious Uncle Chrom understands.
I'm glad to understand you, Owain. Someone around here has to. But why me, you ask? As the light, I must fuse with the darkness and,
Light and darkness are two sides of the same coin. They must exist as one. Yes, my phantasmagorical uncle, we are two parts of a single whole.
Phantasma, huh? Right. You and I are one and the same. Together forever.
Join with me on the battlefield, Lord Chrom. We shall fight as one fearsome body with 2 heads and 4 arms.
The battlefield will quake with the loudness of our shouting. It is my promise to you, Owain. As long as you are by my side, you shall not fall.
Yes, my triumphant uncle. Our special techniques will tear our enemies asunder.